What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Let me speak to someone here who has more expertise than I do on the things we've been talking about for the last couple of days involving Stephen Colbert. Brian Steinberg, more than 3 decades as a reporter and journalist covering the business of advertising, media, and television. He's the senior TV editor for Variety. CBS, Brian, and thank you for joining us, says the cancellation of The Late Show was purely a financial decision, even though it was the most watched late night program for years now. When the news broke, CBS executives in a statement said, quote, "This is a purely financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It is not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount," end quote. Do you believe this to be true?
From what people I've talked to on all sides of the matter, I think there's something there. I know the optics aren't great with the 60 Minutes lawsuit and Colbert kind of mouthing off about it a few days earlier. But my understanding is that, there's some financial issues going on they can't solve.
And what would those be exactly?
People aren't watching late night like they used to. The whole premise of late night is that younger people tune in at 11:30 in a big crowd, and advertisers can put their ads in front of them and get a big response. Younger people don't know what it means to tune in at a certain time anymore. They watch what they want whenever they feel like it. And if you watch like Netflix as it tries it doing late night shows, or Amazon's or whatever, they haven't done so with Sarah Silverman and Kelsey Handler. They haven't done so well. It's not easy to get people to show up at a certain, unless it's a football game, to show up at a certain time altogether. And so this is having a bigger effect at CBS, and I think NBC and ABC too. It's just the way this stuff works is not working any longer.
You have more facts than I do. On Monday, I was saying that statement, purely a financial decision, was a lie because I thought the pending merger between Paramount and Skydance would play a factor, combined with him calling it a big fat bribe. Between those two things, did either of those two things play a factor?
Well, I think they helped. I don't think it helped Colbert in any way. But my understanding is that CBS's concerns about the financial part of the show have been going on for a while. It is not new to Colbert and his team that there are these concerns out there. Also, CBS recently just got at 12:30. Taylor Tomlinson, who was doing this after midnight show that Colbert was involved with, decided she wanted to go back to stand-up. Didn't like the corporate stuff and decided to do her own thing. CBS was replacing it with old repeats of a Byron Allen show from years ago. So that tells you what they think about late night these days.
How expensive is the show? Are the reports true? Losing $40 to $50 million a year, 200 employees.
200 employees is accurate. I can't verify the exact number. There's a profit loss on the show, but it's not, it doesn't sound outrageous that it costs tens of millions of dollars to have a live band every night, audience, to own the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City and maintain that, to pay Colbert a salary, to pay all these guys' salaries. It doesn't strike me as outlandish that the number would get to that area. The challenge, I think the challenge is that they've long relied on young people to show up. I do think that Colbert road to the top when he first started, it was kind of a rocky tenure. He was kind of trying to be all things to all people. He had previously been on Comedy Central doing that Colbert Report character, this kind of conservative character. He had to be his real authentic self at CBS, and he was trying to navigate that. The first year was a little rocky. He figured out, if I just zoom in on the headlines and my reactions to them, that's going to work. He was right. He started beating Fallon. First time CBS has beaten NBC since Letterman first took the job in '93. But I do think the political humor, the headlines humor, probably made some advertisers a little shaky on getting involved. Then it becomes a more polarized environment and not the goodnight, farewell type of stuff that most late night shows are known for.
So if I may here, because these things aren't absolute, okay, and I do think I was too loud Monday because I was saying lies. These are lies. How can you possibly say this is purely a financial decision in this particular climate? It's made easier by all of the things Brian's saying, and I don't want to be stubborn here in order to be right. purely a financial decision, purely, seems like it can't be true, because you're right when you're saying all of these things, but none of the other shows have these kinds of ratings. Are they far less expensive? Is Kimmel, is the Tonight Show far less expensive than this?
They have kept more of their ad dollars, though. If you look at ad trackers, Tonight Show and Kimmel have kept more of their ad base than Colbert has over the last 5 years.
But they're less political, not Kimmel, but they're less political. He's the most political one. He's also the highest rated because he's the most political one.
I think CBS. I have to think that there's some concern about with the merger lying ahead, they cannot afford not to have this merger. Paramount, I would argue, is perhaps the least performing of all the big media companies right now. Maybe Warner as well. I can't say it's not a concern having this merger go through. And was there pressure to oust Colbert? I don't know. I mean, Jon Stewart seems to be keeping on so far, and he's owned by the same company. But also, Colbert is going to be out for another 10 months. I mean, in most of these companies, if they have a problem with talent, they yank and they say goodbye. They're giving Colbert a 10-month farewell.
But how could it be purely a financial decision?
39%. I don't think political stuff helped Colbert in this current climate. But I do think that this has been a concern at CBS for a while. I understand that his team was probably aware of the situation going back several weeks. But so I don't think he was shocked to understand it. But I think the actual trigger happened more recently.
Brian, have you ever seen an example like this though, where a host of a show or a show like this one even considers like, hey, in this political climate, we're basically afraid of retribution from the president of the United States? Is that something that you've ever seen an example of before, where it's not just simply a financial decision cut and dry because that's the way the organization runs it?
I mean, I think you look at over the news space, a lot of things happening right now are out of obsequiousness in some cases. I mean, both the ABC and CBS paying fines or settling not fines, but actual lawsuit settlements for legal matters they probably could have beaten in court. Just make Trump go away. I think and decisions happen all the time in news, like Joy Reid leaving MSNBC or this kind of things. Tucker Carlson leaving Fox News. These are not purely financial decisions. They are done because of personality conflicts and other concerns about programming.
Is it out of the realm of possibility to think that you said that they've known for weeks probably that this was in discussions? They knew that this might be the result. So if we had a filter, we can just remove the filter now and we'll just be more honest and we'll be less careful in what we say because we know inevitably this might be what happens anyways. So we can go for it now, and it doesn't matter because they may cancel this regardless.
I do think what you're going to see from Colbert until May is 100% raw, unfiltered Colbert. He has nothing to lose, and I would argue he's probably headed after this contract over to a very lucrative career as an independent creator or somewhere else. I don't think he's again, run the best watched late night show. There's an audience that will follow him. Look at Conan O'Brien, left TBS and NBC after many years of late night, did a great job with podcasting, sold the podcast to Sirius for many millions of dollars. You can argue that Conan is the most successful late night host in history because he has these great businesses after he's done with the chair. So I don't think Colbert's career is over by any stretch. And I think we're going to see raw, unfiltered Colbert. You look at Jon Stewart on Monday night, who went nuts. I think we're going to see more of that because these guys are kind of like, why should I care? The carpet may be yanked out from under my feet any moment now, so I'm just going to do what I do best.
It's interesting the way that he's saying that because it's not the end of Colbert. It's the end of late night television and the end of these giants needing to be supported by bigger corporate giants. Colbert does not need any of this anymore. He doesn't. He goes out with such fanfare that absolutely he can build the next thing like Conan O'Brien. He's got that. They just did Colbert a favor, and I didn't realize it.
This is what I want to ask Brian, is the idea that these late night shows cost a lot of money to make because of talent fees, because of all the other associated costs. And as you said, they're geared towards an audience that does not search for its entertainment on a linear television basis. So is this the first salvo in what's going to be the death of all of these late night shows as we know them from the networks. And what's going to come up is what Letterman does on Netflix and whatever Stephen Colbert goes on to do from here.
Well, this is the great question, right? I mean, and we've seen in the last 5 years, we've seen a lot of this slipping away. NBC used to have a show on after Seth Meyers at 1:30 in the morning. Carson Daly used to do it. Then it was Lee Singh. They're out of that business. CBS, 12:30. Taylor Tomlinson says, I don't like doing this. I'm going back to my comedy. They're out of that business. Others like Samantha Bee over at TBS, Conan at TBS. This has been dripping for a while now. It remains to be seen. I think the next milestone will be Kimmel. His deal's up at 2026 next year with Disney, and he has intimated several times now that he's done for a long time now. He's getting a little tired of it. He doesn't do summers anymore. They have guest hosts all summer long. Maybe that's how the show makes money because they're paying out less for the summer. Maybe they're paying Kimmel less. But let's see if Kimmel decides to renew or not. That's a big step. And then I think over at NBC, they have a more of a legacy feel of it with Saturday Night Live and Late Night and Tonight Show have been around for years. Letterman started that Late Night Show. It's a landmark in history. The Tonight Show, 60 years of SNL, 50 years. I think they've in recent years done a lot more with these hosts. You look at Fallon, he's doing ice cream flavors and amusement park rides. He's doing a game show. He's doing a new show in the fall called On Brand, to be like a marketing thing for different products. SNL, great ad support for the 50th anniversary. I do wonder if there's a new financial model where these guys do more stuff than just late night to keep late night going.
Oh no, that's a good point he just brought up. Kimmel and Fallon do all sorts of stuff for the network that Colbert doesn't do. Like, they are more Disney characters, where they'll do everything. You need me on your game show? Okay, I'll do that too.
Fallon does the parade every Thanksgiving.
But
that's right.
Does Colbert do any of that?
Colbert does do some. So Colbert did a pickleball special. He does a couple of comedy shows. He's got a producing deal behind the scenes with CBS, or he had one. My understanding is, talking to people felt Colbert was like Letterman. Letterman didn't do a lot of ad deals or live commercials or specials, and CBS thought because the guy had just gone to number one, let the guy do what he does best, and they didn't put a lot of pressure on him for put a funny sign on your show. Now, he did do stuff on live commercials occasionally. He did do some shows, but not to the same extent I think Corden did or Fallon. But CBS wasn't. I understand that whatever CBS asked him to do, Colbert did. But they also left him to, this guy's done a great thing. Let him do his job. Let him cook. Don't get in the kitchen too much. So there's more of a regard and a respect for not making the guy spread himself too thin. So I don't know if I don't think he out and out refuse anything, but I think also he's focused on his show a lot too. Which is, these are like newspapers. You have to have a new one every day. They're not easy to do. They are marathons, not quick jogs.
Brian, I would assume you're right that you're going to get a more raw and aggressive Colbert in these final 10 months. Do you think he makes the final 10 months?
I do. There are people to pay. There are 200 people who need the paychecks. There's a staff there. So and if you look at Pat McAfee, who smacks ESPN every couple of months on air, it's become more accepted for the talent to make fun of the company or to take issues online on air with the company. I guess
we were too early.
He's too early.
We were too early.
Look at McAfee.
God damn it! Damn it!
They're paying him millions.
It's unbelievable. Let's play the sound here from Jon Stewart on Monday. Everybody wanted to hear what he had to say. This is part of what it is he had to say.
I understand the corporate fear. I understand the fear that you and your advertisers have with $8 billion at stake. But understand this, truly. The shows that you now seek to cancel, censor, and control, a not insignificant portion of that $8 billion value came from those shows. That's what made you that money. Shows that say something, shows that take a stand, shows that are unafraid. And not to, believe me, this is not we speak truth to power. We don't. We speak opinions to television cameras. But we try every night. And if you believe, as corporations or as networks, you can make yourselves so innocuous that you can serve a gruel so flavorless that you will never again be on the boy king's radar, A, why will anyone watch you? And you are wrong.
What are your thoughts there, Brian?
I don't think he's wrong. I think that, TV used to get interest by being a little provocative and welcoming to all people. Now, look, you can argue that all late night, I think since Letterman left, has exploded. They're all kinds. Samantha Bee, Robin Thede, MTV tried for a little while. CMT tried for a half a second. There was this explosion of late night efforts and talent. Everyone's going after a different niche. When you go after a niche, you're not going after the whole enchilada. You're not going after all the audience. I think Found is the one that still goes after everybody. He's not political. He's not controversial. He just plays games. He gets celebrities to kind of do things they wouldn't normally do. And I would argue that that's probably the most welcoming of the late night shows.
Yeah, but this is how they run all of the politics in late night television out of the room.
Yeah.
And so Grutfeld's the only one getting the ratings because all of America, he's not having any issues getting ratings. That's what's going to be left of late night television at the end of this, because the corporations don't stand up now.
It's short side. I mean, the current climate does not last. Nothing lasts forever. And these shows are 60, 30 years old. And, have some longer term thinking might serve some people well. Look at 60 Minutes. CBS, you can argue, has tarnished one of the best known news magazines in the world to satisfy this current issue. But
Brian,
yeah.
that is what is happening now. I understand that all of the late night, John Oliver, all those guys that are coming out in support. Yes, that's the old guys protecting their beloved industry. As the young people have said, nope, it's dead. It's dead, guys. But so I watched last night as the old guys put Josh Johnson, the only one who can actually get them young people, in a suit on The Daily Show, even though that guy has purposely been wearing a hoodie and only a hoodie, and he reaches young people in a way that not even The Daily Show does. Because his numbers every Tuesday, because of how prolific he is, because he's the best and most prolific young comic in America right now, and he comes out with something every Tuesday that is outside of the brand. But they put him in a suit yesterday, and they did something to him on The Daily Show that is palatable. It's not a hoodie anymore. It's please come play with us, but do it the way old Jon Stewart would do it. You see what's happening, right, Brian? There's going to be a sanitizing of this, and they're going to say that it's just about money, but it's not just about money. The corporations have to stand for something.
It's a problem. I think it's, if you can't get it, but people are getting it somewhere else. And I think also the talent is, look at Taylor Tomlinson, who was offered a third season of this 12:30 show and said, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to do my own thing. Trevor Noah, I'm good. They didn't want him to go. He announced it on the stage before telling his producers and the senior executives that he's going to leave. So there clearly is some, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere else and do my thing. I'm going to be rewarded for it. I won't make the kind of money I make here, but I'll make money and I'll see you around.
Can you explain the reasons why this decision was announced right now? Because the timing makes it so people jump to conclusions like the one I jumped to.
I agree with you. And I would argue that if they had done this in May with the TV upfronts, for the audience that doesn't know, this is when all the networks go out and try and get ad dollars for the next season. And when Carson retired, they did the upfront. Letterman retired, they had a celebratory thing at the upfront. It sets the stage for a year of join us for Letterman's last year, join us for Carson's last year. And if they're concerned about advertising, this would be the place to get more dollars. But instead of doing it at the upfront, they seem to have hemmed and hawed and waited until now. My understanding is that what forced their hand is that most of the producers and writers on the show have August to August contracts, and the new deals were going to be coming out to all the agents that were going to have 8 to 10 months, not 12 months. And it was going to leak because every agent was going to look for their producer or their writer. So I say, hey, why is my guy only on until May? So they had to get in front of it now.
Any chance they changed their mind? Any chance that there's an outpouring of money here for the last 10 months of Colbert where it explodes because it's a new Colbert and it's not a final decision?
I wonder about that. Could there be such a rallying around Colbert for the next 10 months and CBS is like, what are we doing? And because all those ad dollars are going to go over to Fallon and Kimmel for the time being, or somewhere, or to digital stuff. So I do wonder if there's some, can we make the show less glitzy, more? Can we retrofit? Can we get some costs out of the show and keep it on? I would say keep your eye open for it, but right now it seems like no.
Brian, thank you for being on with us. Appreciate the facts, sir.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Don Le Batard.
John, Can you rate my Al Pacino from that billiard scene in Carlito's Way if I do it for you? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stugotz.
You think you're big time? Or you're gonna die? Big time!
That is on my infamous scale of 1 to 10. That's a 7.6.
Solid.
Good job.
Dad.
Good job, Dad. Good job.
That's a Suey nominee right
Feel
there.
good. Yeah.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
There were so many things that I wasn't able to get to today on a Wild Willie Wednesday that I'm embarrassed. I'm legitimately. That's one thing, but Billy,
My movie theater sells
you know, there's a you know there.
Ask Brian if he drinks soda.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get to.
Do you know that there's a Tony? There are a couple of pictures here that video has now found a couple of hours late.
Nice.
There's a picture of Tony with me at Sandbar in 2014, a very young Tony. And
A very young Dan, too.
I don't remember this, but Tony was telling this story earlier, and video will get it up as soon as they find it. And there's also a picture of Billy that they have found that is famous around here.
Me?
The most athletic Billy, when you beat Amin and
found that
Pablo
picture.
in that foot race.
That thing is bookmarked. What are we talking about?
Clevelander.
What
Look
are we
at that.
talking about?
No, look at that.
Oh, we found the picture.
So that is not that. You
We have
cannot
to
tell me,
look for
Zaz, that is a soda body.
That's an athlete right there.
That is not a Billy. That is not a soda. Like
a
no
different
one,
life,
no
yeah.
one would look at that person and say a soda drinker's body.
What year is that? Just so we have a reference point for that body and then this
Has to
body.
be 18.
Feels like 2018.
2018.
It's a different world.
Yeah, I tell you.
Pre-pandemic.
Because I remember
Before I had kids.
I was coming off a red-eye flight.
People don't talk enough
Jordan
about
5s too, by the way.
Jordan 5s,
Yeah,
not
Jordan
a
5s too.
running shoe.
There's this big thing about what having children does to a mother's body, but no one talks enough about what it does to a father's body.
Finally, someone speaks up.
Right, he's right about that, by the way.
Yeah.
Truth to power. That's what we do on the show, even if Jon Stewart.
Jeremy, why are you wincing?
I'm laughing. I'm smiling. I love our show. Everyone in here and everything we say.
Billy, I thought that your pizza. When you said earlier in the show, I have pizza once a week. I simply assumed
More than once a week. Once a week is if things are not going ideal for me. I would have pizza every day. If you come me with a samurai sword, pizzas and hamburgers are coming out of me, not blood.
I would assume that wasn't the case before kids, but the having of kids makes pizza. I just simply assumed, oh, God, that's so easy for parents.
What are you saying, my wife's lazy and doesn't cook?
No, it's just you don't have to wash.
That's my wife. You be careful.
You don't have to wash as much stuff.
Don't say that.
If you're buying pizza, you don't. There's just you eat it quick. You can do it on paper plates if you
Yeah,
want. You
they
throw
give you the
everything
plate.
away, and it's
Now
like
you're saying she doesn't do dishes
You
either?
know-
I mean, Dan, that's at a certain point I'm going to have to put a stop to this.
You gonna threaten to fight him?
I'm not, but something's going to happen.
All right, I put
I'll
you
call
in-
Stewart or something. I don't
Well,
know.
let's finalize this. I am officially stating it. Tony now reports to Billy. We're going to change the org chart.
Yes.
However, it is that we change the org chart.
What
By
are
the
you so
way,
happy about?
you're
Don't
gonna
touch me.
approve. No, you're gonna approve all my PTO going forward. So.
Well, I have nothing. That's not my department. That's
No,
unlimited.
you're my boss now.
That's
so
unlimited. That's
Oh, excellent. All right.
We're going to figure out what we do about buying a vaquita. But are we playing Tony tonight? Like, are we going to do that? Have you made a ruling on whether or not we've got 10 minutes of Tony? Are we going to do that?
Yeah, it's a lot of Tony.
It's more so George than me. It's Mr. Eats 305, who's got 300,000 followers on Instagram. He does an incredible job here locally as probably the #1 food Instagram blogger here in the market.
Who would
for
have
sure.
thought when they took this picture? How many years ago was this?
Yeah.
This picture was 2014. Me and Dan at a sandbar with my
Man,
buddy
wow.
Kevin, who's a daily listener. Shout out to
Kevin
Kevin.
looks like a dipshit.
Nah.
He is a little bit of a shithead. He's a little bit of a shithead. He's been
you guys
better
are
as of
close.
recent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was actually a Thursday night for a Dolphins-Bills watch party at a sandbar.
And you're wearing a Marlins hat.
There's a
I'm
lot
wearing
going
a
on
Marlins hat,
here.
yeah.
Number one, Dan has a shirt that says blessed on
That's a
it.
Lebo shirt.
Yeah, careful. Tread lightly. Tony has one that looks like it says cash with a dollar.
No, it
sign.
says easy money.
Easy money. I
Easy
was
money
going to say,
sniper.
the most Tony shirt ever.
Yeah. he's
Dan
having-
is super excited to be taking the
Yes.
picture.
Yeah.
Look at all the joy.
Yeah.
That is a literal snarl.
He's mid-sentence while
No,
this picture was
yeah,
taken.
he's like,
Like,
"Get
he's
away from
clearly
me."
talking.
What was
Yeah,
your
he might be.
saddest moment? Is
know.
what he's asking right there.
Miss those days, those appearances at the bars.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju. Is Kevin a bit of a dipshit?
He absolutely is.
He looks like
loves
Duncan
that, though.
Robinson.
He does.
What is the caption that was on Instagram for that?
Caption says, I think I talked to Dan Lebertard. He says, we got next.
Oh,
Yeah. And
prophetic.
here we are 11 years later.
We got now.
Were you always like this?
Yeah, of course.
Did you walk up to him here and you're like, I'm going to be on your show one day?
I think I told Dan one time in this exact moment, I was like, Dan, I do radio at FIU and like I do a lot of my stuff resembling the things that you do.
He's like,
And
there's no future in this
You
business.
obviously don't remember what you told me. You said
No future in this
no
business.
future in this business, A. B, you said have fun. And I said, I will have fun.
Do you have any recollection of this as you look at the picture?
No, come on, man.
You also don't have recollection of throwing trash at me.
There's no
With
way
Tommy
that happened.
Tighe.
What are you talking about?
Miami Heat pregame and postgame
What
show.
a
I
thing
came
to
in.
say. You
Zaz,
don't
what's
remember
up?
when you threw trash at
Threw
me.
trash as the door open, almost hit me in the head.
Tommy Tighe did not, though, for the
No,
record.
he threw it over Tommy Tighe. Imagine that.
You're saying that we were doing the studio show for a road game. You popped into the studio and I threw garbage at you?
You threw garbage at a garbage can next to the door, close to my head.
What
How do
kind
you-
was it?
A paper of some sort.
How do you feel about being a liar?
Wow. No, you say, how do you feel about exhibiting the behaviors of a liar?
I mean, I'm going to defend myself. You backed me into a corner of me, and I'm going to defend myself.
The Dan part is true, though. He said those
Wait,
exact
so
words.
that other thing wasn't true? He didn't.
No,
throw
no,
trash
no.
at
It
you?
is
That
true, but I'm
implies
saying
that it
kinda
but I
got you there.
have actual like evidence of picture of that day. I don't have a picture of Zaz or video of Zaz.
That's
throwing something.
ballsy to come up and just say we got next, though. I should remember that. That would be something that should be memorable if it's
No
not.
future in this business.
Yeah, but when someone that looks like Kevin comes up and says that to you,
Yeah,
I'm
that was-
sure.
well, no,
I'm
Kevin
sure
didn't say it. I
a lot
said
of
it.
Kevins were saying that. You're
Yeah.
okay, whatever, Kevin.
Wait a minute, though. You do understand when I wasn't saying Tony doesn't have any future in this business. I was saying there is no future in this
Yeah.
business.
Oh,
yeah.
I wasn't wrong in radio.
Right. No,
You're
nailed
right.
it.
You're right.
You nailed it.
About both, yeah.
You're right. But then, alas, here we are. 11
Are
years
we
later.
playing Tony's tonight?
Of course
Tony
we are.
tonight,
Of
or are
course
we
we are.
not?
Really?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Brought to you by
Ringing
Cuervo, by the
endorsement.
way. Thank you.
Are we buying a little vaquita? Are we?
Stewart is not.
Are we
Stewart's
having
gonna-
a
there's
child?
one
listed for $139,000.
Dan Lebatard.
To us residents.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty
It's in there. It's better.
Think I haven't been practicing?
Stugotz.
I didn't realize we had a substitute complicated legacy
Brought to you by
Joseph
Headquarter Toyota. 441 Powerline Road. Second down and 9.
This is the Dan Lebatard Show with the Stugotz.
Familia Tony Tonight is brought to you by Cuervo, the tequila that invented tequila. Did you know the very first margarita was made with Cuervo? There's nothing like the original. It's marg season, so keep it Cuervo all summer long. Vamos.
Papi, papi, con cual papi, papi, con cual boy, con cual sea papi.
All right, we're back at La Sala with the boy, Mr. Eats 305, who's in the building with us. We're gonna be tasting food from La Carreta. We got a couple beers here. Plus, we have Martha of Miami,
El café.
ahora sí, who's bringing the good stuff, the jet fuel for us.
I made it with lots of love y
Thank
azúcar.
you. Wow.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, brother. Ahora sí. Now we can start.
Now we can start, and I'm gonna put this in frame right here so you can see the little Cuban flag. We got Patria Vida, we have La Carreta, we have beer. Like, what else do we need? He's speechless. That's it. He's ready. Dude, I remember like seeing the page because I knew you from back in the day at FIU. So it was like you had started the DJing stuff, and then it kind of transitioned into food, and then I was like, oh wait, he's starting to get a little traction. Like he's got 2K, 5K, 7K, 10K. It's crazy. And what are you at right now?
$250,000 on Instagram. Croquetas.
Croquetas. Okay, we'll start with croquetas. How did you get into food influencing, if that's what we call it these days?
DJing. Then after DJing, went to law school. Then from law school,
Worthless or what?
no. I use what I've learned in law school basically every day.
Really?
A lot goes into the whole food influencer world than one may see. We're talking about how seamless it looked, but you wear a lot of hats.
And what people don't see is we've got 1, 2, 3, we have 8 people back here. And then when you go out and shoot, it's either you or your wife. You guys go together, but realistically, it's just you editing, concept strategies, like you said, marketing, posting, like all those different things. It's so much more than meets the eye when it just comes to, oh, this guy's at Arbetter's, taking a picture of a hot dog.
I basically have the idea for the video prior to even going there. And sometimes just me and the tripod. We're on a date.
Yeah.
And it's just I genuinely love sharing the stories of these businesses and the food, and that's what's allowed me to grow and be in the position that I am today.
What was the impetus? What was the start of the whole process?
Yeah, and it doesn't happen overnight. My wife and I were first started dating, so you know when you're dating people from the beginning, all you're doing is going out to eat. This is back 2016. Instagram didn't have stories. It didn't have,
very primitive.
Oh, you got 10 likes, the names disappeared, and you were like, yo, I am the next thing.
That's it.
So it was stars aligning, consistency, and hard work. What I do, as simple as it may seem, you're just posting boberia videos. No, you're helping small businesses, helping people break bread, have good conversations, doing what we're doing now at home, whether it's takeout or at a beautiful restaurant or just a dive. Being your own boss is the best thing, whether it's an influencer or you create an incredible brand, clothing line, like Martha. And La Sala is incredible. This place is stunning. And I was actually telling her, I'm like, I can think of so many events happening right in this spot.
I think people want to be their own boss until they find out the work that it takes to be your own boss. Because when somebody's sitting over you being like, hey, make sure that this paperwork gets done or this gets done, it's a lot easier to be like, okay, fine, boss, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to a point where you're tired of eating?
No, I love food.
Okay. Eres un comelón.
I love food too much. And I love the stories behind everything.
How many times a week do you go out and film? If you could ballpark it.
I try to do Monday, Tuesdays, kind of in-house editing, trying to eat clean. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going out at least once a day. You know, Friday, Saturday, I'll probably do dinner too.
Right. So you're looking at seven meals, give or take.
A week.
A week that you're eating not at home, not with your medida of
not the
salt
healthiest.
and sodium.
Yeah, not the healthiest.
How do you stay trim and fit and like able to do those things?
It's part of the job. Like how I see it is work. It's all about balance, staying consistent. Every day of the week, I'm working out, even on weekends. Legacy, hit training, keeping
the good stuff.
You know, things that you need to do that I'm not also on my phone. So it's not only a physical workout, but a mental like break, because I'm always on my phone. And I think it's very important to kind of log off as much as I can, even though I'm always on.
Right.
Even mentally, when I'm at the gym, I'm still thinking of things, but it's refreshing when I'm not looking at the screen. So going to the gym is very important for me mentally, physically.
Who's the person that when you started this, you met and you're like, I can't believe that now I'm here with this person? Who would that person be that comes to mind?
Gordon Ramsay.
It's
up there.
Huge
in the food and beverage and
just cultural. Like
world.
everybody knows Gordon
Same
Ramsay.
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, the goat.
Love him or hate him, that guy's the man.
I love him.
You know,
we really love him here on the show.
He's built a brand that is bigger than food and beverage. Like it's cool.
It's bigger than the Food Network.
Yeah.
Like his brand is like Guy Fieri's bigger than the Food Network.
And then third would have to be, I have to throw an athlete in there because, you know, we love our sports.
Right.
Probably Derek Jeter.
Really?
As much as I wanted to say Dwayne Wade, growing up playing baseball, he was the guy. You know, I'm still waiting for Ken Griffey to hit me up. So if you're watching this, George
he's
Kenneth,
probably
let
watching.
me know. And
so people that you've created bonds with that you would never have expected to have created a bond with because of food, because of your storytelling, because of what you created out of your hands, you were able to meet and actually have a relationship with this person.
I love the 305 and especially in the food and beverage scene. So it's cool to see people that are athletes that are not necessarily from Miami that want to come in and tap into the 305 and understand the culture and all that. So I think Christian Wilkins, I know he's in the Raiders now, but man, that guy was tapped into the food and bev. Jimmy Butler is very tapped in too.
If you're riding a horse in the middle of the streets of Miami, like I feel like you're tapped in.
No, you start a coffee, you start a coffee company in Miami. Olenek, back when he was in the heat, he's a big time foodie. That guy can take 7 feet worth of sushi down like every day, man. That guy was really into it. Duncan Robinson, another guy.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, he loves his food.
Dunk is awesome.
Hey, this is the Mr. Eats exclusive, by the way. Come on, take a look.
UD.
Yeah,
done. I don't know why I missed that. I'm sorry.
Come on, dude.
UD, my bad, man.
Again,
should have been the first guy.
I can't believe
I should have been the first guy.
What's your go-to pastelito?
Right now, I'm gonna go guayaba.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's every time. I do like the queso.
Yeah.
Every now and then. I think it's an underrated pastelito.
The thing is, with a guayaba one, I can have like 10 of them. Especially if you go to a Cuban party.
Which one are you picking?
I'm gonna grab this one here. All right. Especially if you go to a Cuban party and they have like the mini
bite-sized ones. No, done.
Dude, I have like an insane amount of
you
little queso ones, of the guayaba ones. I'll have just
inhaling.
Like 10 of them. Let's see here.
Where's your go-to spot for it? Let's see how I turn the tables on you.
Let it bounce.
Right when I took a bite too.
I'm like a waiter, you know, when they ask you how everything is at the table.
You're good.
You're like, no, man, it's fine.
It's amazing. It's the best I've ever had.
It's like you were waiting until I took a bite, no?
I think Pastelito Papi right now.
That's the top one.
In his bag.
Yeah, but it's not for every day.
Not for every day.
Not for every day.
For my everyday, so I play hoops on Saturday mornings, and then I'll go to Pinecrest Bakery.
Solid.
Pinecrest Bakery is just my every Saturday.
Yeah.
My wife wants pastelito de guayaba y queso, an empanada, and dos croquetas. That's what she wants every Saturday morning. Now that she's pregnant, I have to get it. If not, if I come home empty-handed, I got problems, right? One time I came home empty-handed, she's like, go back, go get it, and then come back. So
yeah, you know better now.
Your favorite bite right now in the Latin community food scene, what's the one thing that you look at and be like, damn, that's it?
I think right now, and like I said earlier, Miami is popping off with food from all over the world, different cuisines, different neighborhoods, but Caracas Bakery.
Okay.
When I first think plato fuerte and traditional food, I'm thinking Havana Harry's because, bro,
classic spot.
Habité empanizado is the side of the table. So like, you're gonna get good food and a portion to feed your entire family.
Seriously.
So when you think of that and you think you're in Miami, it's hard not to mention them. Another place, La Casita, on 8th Street and Ponce Leon. The average age there is 75. So you know the place is good.
The food is good.
You know the place is gonna be good.
It's funny because when I start thinking of like platos like that where the bitén empanizado comes out and it's like 6 feet long and you're like, how am I supposed to eat this? It's
But
like,
you do.
But you do. It's because you think of your grandma in the back of your head like, no deja comida.
Oh,
que en Cuba no hay comida. And I'm like, damn, okay, I didn't know they didn't have food in Cuba. Like, let me keep eating.
Yeah.
And that was the affliction of growing up as a big kid in a Cuban household that I had to continue to eat.
That's why we have work to do. We're in La Sala now, and I'm like, bro.
Taking a scope out from Miami, big picture, what is the place that you've gone to that you were like, damn, this is in contention for some of the best food that I've ever eaten?
Japan's a whole other world, man. Japan,
I've heard
being
it's insane.
a lover of hospitality, food and beverage, Japan takes the cake.
Really?
I'm just saying how hospitable people are, opening doors, talking, but also respectful of other people's spaces, not talking, knowing when to talk, when not to talk, when to serve, when not to serve. They are just very aware of everything, but the food is next level. The, you know, Sandos to their tuna obviously is
fire.
This tuna, believe it or not, their pizza, more Neapolitan, but they have their own, you know, twist on everything.
Still good?
Still very good.
Damn.
Cocktail bars, coffee. They're just doing everything really right. They're perfectionists, man.
Plug your stuff.
Yeah.
Let everybody know what you're cooking.
So on socials, TikTok, Instagram, Mr. Eats 305. But if you're looking and you're in a pinch for something to eat,
I've used this site, by the way.
Where is it? Where is it?
MrEats305.com.
That's it. MrEats305.com. You'll find an interactive map broken down by neighborhood, cuisine, date night.
Yep.
You can also message me, and I'm very good at messages and trying to respond. So
look, this guy messaged back. Just because he's got a blue check mark does not mean he's not going to answer you.
That's it.
He's going to answer you.
Well,
George, appreciate you.
Holla, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Cheers, guys.
Mi gente, thank you for watching Tony Tonight.